want to delve as far into the dark realism of a zombie attack and accept that the main characters surviving as long as they normally do is just a lie in film. It's false. So, if I were to do a reboot of 28 Days Later, it would be much more like 28 Seconds Later, in which the audience must continually shift to a new main character every 28 seconds as each protagonist dies in IMAX. Oh boy, what would I do for a zombie movie? Well, I would definitely just make it absolutely suck. And expensive. I would make it very expensive. And it would just be an absolute waste of the nation's time and money and just on every level. It would absolutely suck. Making The Sixth Sense affords you that kind of creative freedom.
Oh, I don't know what I'd do. I'm just J.J. Abrams, but it'd be heavily inspired by Steven Spielberg, I know that much. Oh boy, is he the best filmmaker ever. I mean, who can forget E.T., Jurassic Park, The Terminal? Yay!
I mean, my point of view is, why waste your fucking time, doing gunshot wounds and brain eating if it's not saying anything? I want the movie to be a real indictment of the culture, to criticize this cultural need to be exceptional, to be more than dead, to be undead, and the glamour that surrounds that. And I just want a fucking 4K camera, right, that hits our main zombie protagonist like a fucking interrogation light, okay? And it says, why do you need to be the center of attention? And how do you abuse that power? And how do you, profit from it when you're in your early 20s? I'm not new to zombies. I made Brain Dead, but one of my favorite bits from that film was having parts of organ and anatomy turn into their own zombie creatures. So when I got all Hobbit rich, I wondered, what else could be done there? Maybe no matter how much you grind up a zombie, every blood drop, every molecule, every atom takes on a life of its own zombie, to the point that the Earth itself is a zombie, and it too begins to infect the rest of the universe, and there's sort of a pandemic throughout the Milky Way. It could be very epic.
Well, zombie movies, like any movie, probably shouldn't have a script, right? You should just get people in a room and just, improv. Just don't think too hard about it. Just say and do whatever. And then when you're editing the movie, just improv that too. Don't think too hard about it. Just don't even really edit it at all. Maybe Jason Segel plays a really sensitive zombie and he doesn't know how to tell Elizabeth Banks that his zombie friend Seth Rogen needs a place to stay. And then just don't edit the movie. I never have. Just feed it straight to 3,000 screens while you're shooting it and call it, I don't know, Zombie Buddies or something. It can be like 2.5 hours long. That's totally fine.
I'm immediately taken out of a zombie picture when they've laid in the sounds of groans and splatters and gunfire in post-production. So I wouldn't change up the typical zombie storyline as much as I would the means of production in which the actors could actually murder the zombie extras. And we could capture the live sound and the carnage of actual murders taking place on screen, and what that really sounds and smells like and feels like to the performer.
Well, I always had an appreciation for the zombie movies of the Rat Pack era. It was kind of a golden age. Zombies were so much more alive back then. So I'd want to work in, maybe when somebody turns into a zombie, they become either Sinatra zombie or Sammy Davis zombie. And they're singing, "I'd cry for your brains, lady." And our main character's a foul-mouthed penguin from Wales. And it's all in I do every single voice. We actually wouldn't even shoot it on film or digital. We would just shoot it right on my voice.
I'm quitting filmmaking. I warned you. I don't know if I'll ever make a zombie movie, alright? But if I do, it'd be a fucking experience, alright? It'd be a collage of, spaghetti western, hip-hop, anti-drug PSAs from the early 90s. And I haven't had the right project for it, but I've always wanted to resurrect Bob Ross's career, alright? He's this guy from PBS. Okay, and Bob Ross used to paint mountains. But Bob Ross is a motherfucker. Alright? And he's got this dagger of a paintbrush. And in this zombie movie, in the third act, he is just slicing through hundreds of zombies, and you don't know if it's blood or paint or what. Alright? It'd be the best zombie film ever made because I made it.
I've always said that after Star Wars I wanted to make experimental films, and even I didn't know what I meant by that, but I think maybe I meant zombie films? I don't know, it's hard to remember. It's been so long since I've had a good idea.